Ocala Talks is brought to you in part by Blockers Furniture. Go see all their specials at blockersfurniture.com.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Good Friday morning. Welcome to Ocala Talks. I'm your host, Tom Schmitz, coming to you from the palatial studios of WOCA Radio, just off the runway at the Ocala International Airport in the Brick City, beautiful Ocala, Florida, on the only day of the year that is today. Somebody told me that, and I go, every day is the only day like that in a year. Galen Unal joins me from Life South. He does every day. Thanks to good folks at Penn Flooring, Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, and JustShipped.net. Yeah, somebody told me, tomorrow it's the only day like that of the year. And Galen, good morning to you, first off. And I said, every day is the only day like that of the year. Who's the stupid one here, Galen?
Well, I mean, you can. That's like saying, that's the only tree like that on the planet. Okay. All right, Captain Obvious.
Yeah, because trees grow individually. That's great, Captain Obvious.
It's like, hi. You're the first Tom Schmitz that lives in Ocala, Florida I've ever met. Okay.
Well, okay, wonderful.
Thank you. I mean, does that make you feel smart?
Hope the second one's a little better than me. I'll just be honest with you.
I don't know.
Hey, so.
By the way, that is something that is like a kid joke.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like something a 6-year-old would finally figure out,
and
it would like blow his mind.
Or something a philosophy professor would tell you because they were lazy and didn't want to teach the class.
Sure. Okay. All right. I can go with that one too. Yeah.
I had a philosophy teacher at my intro to philosophy. He so didn't want to. You could tell he had tenure, and somehow he had got assigned this intro class. He'd made somebody aggravated in the department, and I was a sophomore that year at Georgia Southern, and he just wrote.
Sure.
He wrote on the blackboard in the room. There was like 40 of us in the class. He handed out a syllabus. The syllabus said, "Answer the question on the blackboard. See you in 12 weeks." And the question on the blackboard was why? Question mark.
Oh gosh.
I'm glad I was on scholarship because that'd have been wasted money.
I mean, wow. And that's a perfect example of somebody trying to be smarter than everybody else in the room.
Oh, and he was such a jerk too.
Yeah.
And they couldn't do anything because he was tenured, so he was just there. Oh, it was the worst. It was the worst.
Wow. That's congratulations.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, guess what grade everybody made?
A C.
No, everybody got a B.
Oh.
Nobody got an A, nobody got a C, everybody got a B. You talking about a guy that mailed it in? Good night. But you're right. That's the kind of person that would say something like that. The reason I bring that up is because I was surprised last night as I went and played trivia at Charlie Horse, and afterwards there was some karaoke singing. Some good, some was me. So wasn't good. But I'm talking to like 5 or 6 people sitting around the bar area there. All but one of them had some sort of reason they were frightened of Friday the 13th. And I'm like, except for the horror movie, what about Friday the 13th is frightening?
No, there's a couple of things you need to be afraid of if you're Friday the 13th. One, if you're joined in a mafia gang, right? Because there's been some pretty serious killings on the 13th. And then the other one is the the Crusader people. What are they called?
The Knights Templar.
Knights of Templar, right? The Templar Knights. If you're one of them, you should be very afraid because that's where the name came from. Of course, because the Pope killed them all. So that's the only people who need to be afraid of Friday the 13th. And then if you work in the medical field or you're a first responder, you just try to survive the day.
And I didn't realize that there's an actual scientific phobia name for it, which I cannot pronounce.
Okay, well,
I'll be
there's
honest
a
with you, I can't
scientific name
pronounce
for
it.
everything.
It's like,
right? I mean,
it's
you
like,
know, scientists like to label things.
it's like, I can't even pronounce what it is. It's a very long word. Starts with Triska.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
probably.
But, I mean, and people go, oh, I got caught off guard Friday. I literally had somebody last night go, you know, I didn't even realize it was going to be Friday the 13th. That caught me off guard. And I'm like, any month that starts, the first starts on a Sunday has a Friday the 13th. How do you not know that?
Well, okay, the comment that caught you off guard, I'm like, whoa, hold on, man. Maybe you should go home and prepare. You still got a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Go get yourself ready.
You got a minute or two. Relax.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do to prepare for Friday the 13th?
Calm down. You're okay. You're okay.
I got to get my bunker. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But I was just amazed at the people that really take this day as something that. Here it is. Are you ready? Here's the
You
phobia
feel the
name.
need to try to show off your linguistic skills.
No,
Go
there
for it.
there is no
Go for
chance
it.
I'm pulling this off, pal. There's no chance.
Well, I say that every morning. And you don't know how to get it done.
Paraskividcatriophobia. And that ain't nowhere near right, but that's what it's good. Triska,
You know what time you
Triska, I
have
don't
to have
know.
on your hands?
It's ridiculous.
So I'm like, this guy's epithet. He goes, I labeled Friday the 13th phobia.
Yeah.
Wow. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. Congratulations.
I mean,
buddy.
but it's been something that's a legitimate concern for people for a very long time, you know, but we're educated now. I know that, you know, there's not a 13th floor. Well, that's a good point. I know that's a good point.
There's a lot of misinformation.
I know there's not a 13th floor and a lot of high rises because of the you know, the phobia and everything, but come on. What's wrong with the number 13? I actually like the number.
Again, it's just a number. My son wore it playing basketball for his sophomore year. So I don't know. I don't.
I mean, I tried to get when I was 9 years old, my first little league team. I tried to get 13. Michael Duncan got it before I did, and so
how'd you let him do that?
He was first. He was in line in front of me.
Oh man.
You know, you just get in line, and you know, you just grab a shirt, and the coaches were handing out. We were 9. We didn't know nothing. Who cared about numbers? We were 9, and so I ended up getting 11, and it stuck.
It's been an issue for you ever since.
It stuck. 11 and 55. They were the two numbers that I got, and they stuck. So you know, but 13 would have been wasn't Nomar. What was number was Nomar? Wasn't he 13?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
You know how I've conveniently just not talked about the Braves Red Sox series the whole week. You've seen that, haven't you?
Well, those are what they split, or did the Red Sox actually? They won. I know they won one game. I've been watching. I've been all in on the NBA. Whenever the Heat play.
And they won last. Jimmy Butler was ridiculous last night. Ridiculous.
Right. So I'm in this group chat with a bunch of my old basketball players, and they just ask me randomly dumb questions, and because they know that I hate LeBron James, so everything's related to LeBron James, and so we were going back and forth about who would you rather have, Luka Doncic, or Jimmy Butler. And they're like, oh, he wants Jimmy Butler because Jimmy Butler plays defense. And I'm like, no, I want Luka because he scored 33. Yeah, by the way, those were two phenomenal games. I love the NBA and the playoffs at this time of the year. But apparently you turned into a hockey fan last night, Tom.
Well, I
That's a word on the street.
I actually watched the hockey game last night for a little bit, but I was surprised how many people show up at establishments to watch hockey. I thought hockey was kind of on the same level with fans as like you and I. We understand soccer, but a lot of people think it's just a boring game. So I thought hockey was on that level. But last night there was a raucous crowd watching the Lightning win in overtime. Almost went to double overtime. What was it, like a minute 6 left in the overtime when they snuck one through the 5 hole?
I haven't watched it yet. Yeah, I haven't watched it. It was on really late. You know me, I'm asleep. I can't stay up that late. But yeah, I saw Point scored the winning goal. I saw that. That was about it.
So, I was just surprised there was and I mean they do it. They had the sweaters on and they were screaming at the TV and everything. I mean it almost looked like it was a football game.
Where are you at on adults wearing other players' names on their back?
Well, I'll just tell you this story, and let's take a break, and I'll come back and answer that. I'll answer that very simplistically.
With Tom.
Very simplistically, and it deals with a gift that my wife bought me. We'll talk about that next on Ocala Talks, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Are you or your loved one being released from a hospital and wondering how you'll manage? Inform your physician that you want to go to Palm Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262 today.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
Two Men in a Truck.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Friday, it is Friday the 13th. I was going to make like the Friday the 13th noise and all, but I don't even know if it's whether it's Halloween or Friday the 13th. Which one goes? Galen, you know, I'll join this. Galen,
is that Halloween?
Is that Halloween or Friday the 13th? I don't know. I don't like horror movies. I don't like horror movies, so I don't.
I don't either.
I mean, The Shining's about, and I think that's a comedy.
Yeah, that's Jason. That's Jason.
Jason is Friday the 13th then.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
So, So
Yeah,
you asked me before we went to break where I come down on the discussion of wearing another man's jersey on your person as a grown man. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah, this is the discussion I've had with lots of people.
Well, my wife listened one time when I was having this discussion with somebody, and then for Christmas one year, recently, two Christmas ago, I believe, or birthday, I don't know which day it was, but it was a great gift that she gave me. She gives me an Atlanta Falcons jersey type shirt, and on the back, Schmitz 55. No other man's name, no other number, just
what
Schmitz.
jersey? What jersey?
50, it's an Atlanta Falcons. It's a throwback jersey
Ooh.
with my last name and number on it. Because if I'm going to wear a jersey, which, by the way, I wore it one time. If I'm going to wear a jersey, it's not going to have some other man's name on the back of it. But unless you're playing football, unless you're getting ready for the game, don't put a damn jersey on. Wear a T-shirt or something.
Oh, so you would wear a jersey at the game?
No, I would never wear it. I'm saying if you go to a game or something, don't wear a jersey. Wear a T-shirt. The only person that should wear a jersey, the only people that should wear a jersey are people playing football.
No, but can I
Well,
carve out a caveat?
and some of these cute women's cut jerseys that they let women wear. I'm okay
those
with
are
that.
fine.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Okay, there's two carve outs. All right, and I think these are huge. One, if your child is playing, you're allowed to wear their jersey.
Of course, but I don't have any children. So you're right. If your child is playing,
that's a carve out.
Yes, right, 100%.
These are the two carve outs. All right, it can't be like, and this isn't. We're not talking high school. We're talking
Pee wee,
elite college level.
Oh, okay.
Or the NFL. That's it. If you're wearing your child's jersey for anything under that, life choices.
Yeah, because you can wear a T-shirt that supports your kid at Pee wee.
Right. The other caveat is if you're under 25, because you can't really be responsible for too many of the decisions that you make that don't harm others under the age of 25.
No, and here's why that's not a good carve out. Because that's the same morons that wear blue glitter all over their skin. The same idiots.
But Tom, we need those people wearing those glitter idiots. We need those people who are giving us something to laugh at the games. When they pop up on TV and the camera finds them.
That's a valid point.
We need those guys on that wall.
And you look, 9 times out of 10, glitter guy or jersey guy is the same drunk moron that jumps over the wall and gets blasted by somebody on the field.
We need that guy. Now, all that said, you can wear all the other paraphernalia
that you want
and memorabilia you want.
100%.
As long as it doesn't include like a real life helmet. But if you want to wear like the cheesehead, no problem.
Here's the one problem I have with memorabilia and accessories and stuff like that. And it's just, I got a letter because I belong to the Atlanta Braves fan club and everything, and I pay a yearly fee and everything.
Of course you do.
And I got a letter. Would you like an
Just like you're an owner of the Packers.
Right. Would you like an authentic replica of the World Series ring for the low price of 4 easy payments of $49.99? I'm like, who in the hell wants to wear a championship ring that they had nothing to do with?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Makes no sense to me. They give them out. They gave out cheaper versions of the replicas to like the first 25,000 people in the stadium the night they gave the rings out to the players. Right. What do you want me to do with that? Throw it out on the field during the game or something? Because I damn sure don't want it. I mean, but it's just, or people that go to a pawn shop. I know people that literally, they're Florida Gator fans that have a collection of rings that they like to bring out during tailgate parties and all. And they say, well, I got these at the pawn shop. So basically, when a Florida player that won a national championship in 2006 or 2008 was down on his luck because he couldn't make any money because he was a student athlete, sold his championship ring. Hard luck story. You're bragging that you went into the pawn shop and bought it when you didn't have any damn thing to do with winning that ring. Well, good for you there, smart guy.
Well, you should send it back to the guy.
Yeah.
Probably means a whole
Buy
lot
it out
more
of
than
buy it
him.
out of the pawn
Yeah.
shop and give it back to the guy.
Yeah.
Don't put it in a ring box with the two. Look, I got both
that's-
championship rings. Yeah, whatever, jerk.
Wow.
Whatever.
No. I looked him up. This guy was the third string backup offensive lineman on special teams.
Exactly. This guy was the wedge buster at Georgia Southern. I got his ring. Shut up.
Well, settle down. Nobody wants that ring.
Nobody.
No pawn shop's taking
Nobody.
that ring.
Look,
You
I wouldn't have put
give
it. I
yourself
wouldn't have put
way
it.
too much
I wouldn't have
credit.
put them in safety deposit boxes, and the bank laughed at me. Don't waste your money.
Sir, you can just leave it on the bench. It'll be there when you come back.
My sister has them
Save you
somewhere.
$72.
My sister, when I had to go away on vacation, it's well documented that there was one time in my life that I had to go on vacation, as it were, because I had a.
It was fully funded by the federal government.
It was
or
funded.
by
It was
by
funded by
local
the state government. It was funded by the state government.
State government.
Yeah, it was funded by the state of Georgia. Thank you. And so when I went away on vacation, my sister cleaned out the house I was living in because I was going to be gone for a while, and she's got my ring somewhere. And I asked her one time, I go, "You know where my rings are?" She goes, "Out of the shed somewhere." Whatever, they're out somewhere.
Some archaeologist is going to find it going, wow, let's look at this guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
why did we look up this guy?
But yeah, that's where I stand on jerseys. You don't wear another man's name on your back.
No,
At all.
and you don't wear your own. Again, 25, and now, again, let me be very clear. If my child ever played, like in the NBA or something, yeah, I'd be rolling that thing to work. That's a little different.
Let me tell you something. Your personalized license plate would be his number. You'd have it. You'd have like the car wrapped in the number. You'd have the back vinyl on the window with the number. And then small dollar signs all over.
That's right. That's right. Hey, and any of the in this group chat, I tell these kids all the time, like, any of y'all play in the NBA, if I'm not at your first game, you probably won't make tip off because I'll just come over there and shoot you. So, no, it's again, it's I don't get the whole jersey wearing.
I just don't. And I mean, first off, we started this conversation because they were wearing not jerseys; they were wearing hockey sweaters.
Same thing. I mean,
but in Florida,
cool.
in Florida,
those are cool.
In Florida, it's not the same thing. In Florida, it's damn hot.
No. No. Do you remember the Seinfeld episode where Putty's like, you got to represent the team?
Oh, where he paints himself and
he's wearing
everything.
the New Jersey
oh
Devils.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And
And he
Elaine's
scares the
having
heck
none
out of
of it.
that
Yeah,
priest.
yeah. Elaine's having none of it either. She's having none of it.
It's just, oh gosh, so great. Seinfeld is the perfect sitcom.
We were at trivia last night talking all of our favorite episodes. People talking about the big hand and the big hand woman and the soft talk, the close talker, the low talker,
the close talker,
the low talker. Then there was the time that Jerry and George gave just drugged a woman so they could play with her toys. What kind of message is that sending? What kind of
tryptophan?
We'll just give her tryptophan. She'll pass out. We get to play with her toys. And then, of course, we ended it with, hello.
That's
Hey,
great.
we got to take a break. We'll be right back after this timeout. You're listening to Ocala Talks on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. More after this timeout on The Source.
USA Radio News with Tim Berg.
The price of gas is shooting towards $4.50 a gallon. AAA reporting the national average for the price of regular jumping 2 cents from Thursday to $4.43 a gallon, and many Americans feel stuck.
I'm going to pick up my daughter from college. I'm going to probably use all $115 and then come back, fill up, and so I can get to work as well. I've already committed to certain things, and that's why this is a big shock. I have no choice but to fill up my gas tank and pay this money. There's no other choice.
That audio courtesy of Fox News. Elon Musk's bid to buy Twitter might be on hold. Musk tweeting on Friday that his plan to buy Twitter was temporarily on hold over a report of fake accounts on the platform. Right after Musk's tweet, the price of Twitter stock plunged more than 18%. USA Radio News.
At Progressive, we know there's nothing like the feeling of riding a motorcycle with your crew on the open road. That symphony of engines roaring in perfect harmony. It's a feeling that would be impossible to recreate on the radio. Until now. Hit it, Jerry. Oh, my word. Really, really terrible. Was that a glockenspiel, Jerry? Quote with Progressive and see if you could save with America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. No, Jerry. It's over.
How long does it take to tackle a home project? With Angie, you could cross it off your list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need. Indoor or outdoor, repair or redesign. And we handle the rest, sending a top pro to get it done. You don't have to lift a finger, except to tap the screen or click the mouse. Plus, Angie is free to use. So bring us your next home project, and we'll bring it home. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Join Gary and Don Crawford of Pinnacle Retirement Advisors for Retirement with Pinnacle, Saturday mornings at 9 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retirement with Pinnacle with Gary and Don Crawford, Saturday mornings at 9. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through A Wealth Management, LLC.
Hey, do you know there's an Italian bakery in Ocala? Well, there is. It's the Magnolia Italian Bakery, where you can get the best Italian specialties. We have Italian and New York cheesecakes, fresh-made cannolis, cream puffs, eclairs, and even custom and gourmet cakes. We even serve hot and cold lunch daily. I suggest you try the Italian special number 3. We even cater big and small events. So call ahead, 352-207-2667. Visit the Magnolia Italian Bakery. Manja. God bless.
Shamrock Security Systems, 629-3223. Shamrock Security Systems is located here in Ocala, Florida. Shamrock Security Systems is a top-rated alarm company offering 24/7 monitoring, video surveillance, fire and flood protection. You'll sleep a little better once the job is done. Shamrock Security Systems for over 31 years. 629-3223. Get a 100% free quote from Shamrock Security. 629-3223.
How does Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery celebrate 70 years? Well, you've got to see for yourself to believe it. They're pulling out all the stops with 5.5 acres of never-before super values. Check out the ad. They emphasize sevens as in 70 years. Your favorites like Juniper, $7. Podocarpus, $7. African Iris, 2 for $7. Gerber Daisy, 2 for $7. And wow, check out the BOGOs. Buy one, get one free. Butterfly bush, porterweed, hibiscus, agapanthus, salvia, Mexican firebush, many more, all on BOGO for Bob Wine's Gala's 70th anniversary celebration. Folks, that's just a sample of the savings. Check the ad for more at bobwinescamelliagardens.net. But be there early for the best selection. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, daily till 4:30, Saturdays till 3, keeping you in bloom for 70 years.
Bumpin' Brave and Bold, the Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival is back May 17th through the 30th with over 200 shows. This unique cultural experience is held at Lock Haven Park. 2022 brings new and exciting features to the Orlando Fringe. You don't want to miss out. Tickets are available at orlandofringe.org. Again, May 17th through the 30th is the 31st Orlando Fringe, and it's sure to be the best yet. Get your tickets at orlandofringe.org.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Galen, from Life South, he's on the phone lines with us. Speaking of phone lines, hey, Galen, the phone lines are back working again. We can take calls now.
All right.
So that's back up and running. I'll get to hear from
we got that going.
I'll get to hear from Hugh today. We'll talk about, what's going on this weekend. I'm looking forward to that,
What are you doing this weekend? I'm pretty excited about this weekend.
I don't have a whole lot of plans this weekend. I'm going to because we don't get a chance to see each other very often because I get up and she gets up at 4 and gets into just shipped at 6 in the morning to open at 6:30, and I get here, and then afterwards we talk for about 15 minutes because I'm taking over the store and she's getting in the car to go do the deliveries for Pathways Pharmacy, who is one of our clients, and so we see each other, and then by the time we get home, sometimes she gets home. My wife gets home at 8:30 doing her deliveries, and she's exhausted because she's been up since 4. And so this weekend we're going to lounge around and do very little, just spend quality time together.
Awesome.
After I play golf Saturday morning.
I was going to say, I'm sure there's a caveat.
After I play golf Saturday morning. So
sure.
But like tonight, tonight I think we're going to have a. Tonight I think and every now and then you need to do this, and I've learned this from my wife, and I've listened to my wife, which is really the biggest deal. Is just listen and do what she says, and it makes your life much easier.
Right.
And,
yep.
So I'm learning, and so tonight I think we're gonna have a little dinner, and it's board game night.
Oh. What board? Oh.
Well, we have a few. I will never play her Monopoly game because it's all about it's Bama-opoly, and I'm not playing anything Alabama based, so I'm not doing that. But we got the game of life with the Wheel of Fortune spinning wheel, and we got Sorry, and I say board game night, but just game night, because right now we have a running total where I'm up $1.17 in our penny a point gin game. So I'm up $1.17 right now. We'll play 4 or 5 riveting games of gin and just have have an adult beverage or two out on the back patio, out on the back lanai after it cools off a little bit, and just a night at a nice night together at home without any kind of stress or anything. I'm looking forward to it.
That's awesome. By the way, the weather has been spectacular.
Spectacular.
The last evenings. I mean, you could.
It's made you think of San Diego, hasn't it?
I was going to say that. It's San Diego level weather, and it's just incredible. Now, I'm excited about this weekend. We're celebrating our 25th anniversary. My wife and I.
Congratulations to you.
Well,
what the hell is your wife thinking?
And by the way, somebody said consecutively. I'm like, yeah.
She's let you stay around every year that long, huh?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean it's pretty cool. So we're gonna go over to the beach and hang out, and again just to get out of town. I think once in a while you need to do that.
Well, that begs the question: Are you an East Coast or West Coast guy?
Oh, I'm an East Coast guy. I thought this was I didn't know this was a question. I am unless I'm going fishing, I go to the Atlantic.
Well, the Atlantic's dangerous
99% of the time.
This weekend there's a red flag warning all weekend.
Well, you know what I really do? I go up into about my waist at this point. I don't surf anymore because I'm fat, and it just hurts. But no, I'll just lay around on the beach and read. Probably read a couple of books this weekend. There's nothing better for me than reading and looking out at the ocean. That's as good as life can get.
See, and I'm a West Coast guy. I enjoy
that's
the West
Coast. That you grew up on the East Coast.
Right, exactly.
Going to the East Coast. I grew up going to Daytona, and that was always always a great trip for us as a family. Maybe that's why I like it.
But it was a trip for you.
Right.
There were parts of my life where I walked out of the door of my father's house when my mom and dad got divorced. I walked out of the door of my father's house, walked like half a block with my surfboard and right onto the beach and into the Jacksonville surf and Neptune Beach. So,
sure.
And it's just once you get that crystal blue water, and I know there's not anything you can do in it except just go out to about chest deep and just stand there. But the blue. It's crystal blue in Panama City. It's crystal blue in Destin.
Yeah.
It's crystal blue in Clearwater. That's why
No,
it's called. That's why it's called Clearwater.
Not.
It is.
Somebody's lying to you.
That's why it's called Clearwater.
Lying.
And then you go down to Fort Myers Beach, Naples. It's clear down there.
I do like Fort Myers, and I just like the sound of the ocean.
Sanibel.
You don't get
pick up a conch shell. There's the sound of the ocean. What the hell you need?
I know. But I respect that you're wrong on this. I do respect your opinion of, even though it's wrong, that you prefer the West Coast.
If I could still surf, it would be the East Coast. Because my favorite place on the East Coast, by the way, is Anastasia Island in the Blowhole, just off St. Augustine.
Well, the Blowhole's a little further south. The Blowhole's down in Cocoa. But
Anastasia
Island is,
Anastasia Island by
there's
two.
a pier.
Yeah, right, the pier.
I
the Blowhole's in Cocoa where Kelly Slater learned to surf at the Blowhole.
And I have surfed with Kelly Slater at the Blowhole. I just didn't know he was Kelly Slater. But
he was that 13-year-old dicing up the place.
God, well, he was always good. He was a little grommet. He could rip.
Coco's great.
But yeah, when we were in high school, me and my man Greg Stevens used to go over there all the time.
To Cocoa?
Yeah, we would go all over wherever the waves were. That was our thing. So,
well, Anastasia Island has the pier, and it throws up pretty big waves at the pier too.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's no blowhole, but it's pretty good.
I carried around a board. So when I got out of the Navy, I was in San Diego and had a board.
Well, that's real. That's real waves. That's real waves out in San Diego.
Yeah, right off the Sunset Cliffs, and then I carried around a board.
That wasn't 2 foot and glassy.
No, I carried it around for a long time, and my wife's like, "Why do we have this?" I'm like, "What do you mean? I'm going to use it?" Because we didn't even have a car that you could really store it in, and I couldn't afford a surf rack, right?
Yeah.
So it just sat, and then finally,
what was it?
It was gone.
What do you have, like a 5'10", 6 foot, 6'2",
yeah,
something like that?
it was actually a 6-footer with a quad fin.
You went with the quad. Look at you.
Well, because on the West Coast you could cut. Now over here on the East Coast, that's a useless board. Even though I did surf with it all through college in St. Augustine, but yeah, I mean it got really heavy because it got dinged and it had a ton of repairs and and then it was just beyond ornament because it got waterlogged. All the water started to change the resin.
Is it safe to say one of the most savvy marketing moves in the history of marketing was whoever came up with the name Sex Wax?
You would think so, but they don't sell a lot. I mean, and by the way,
they did in the 80s. They sold a bunch of. They did in the 80s. In the 80s, they sold a bunch of it.
They sold a bunch of stickers.
Right. Well, probably, yeah.
Because in the world of
it was horrible. It was terrible.
Well, it was fine. You bought one cake, and it would last you until you lost it.
And that was really what happened. You didn't ever use it. You didn't ever use it up. You just lost your wax.
No, and then you got the rash guard is probably a top 5 surf invention. So that was pretty cool.
You know, I have a huge.
Because then you could wear it. You could wear it and not just completely break out.
I have a huge scar on my head from when I was 13, and the surfboard went as far as it could go, and I looked up right as it was coming back at me with my tether line and caught me right in the forehead and busted my head wide open. My mom sent me to the hospital with my dad with a sanitary napkin taped to my head. That was nice and embarrassing. That was great.
I've been close to death many times, but probably closer to death surfing than doing anything else. I got stuck in the rocks at the cliffs.
Ooh.
I got stuck, again, sometimes when you're in there, it feels like everything's in slow motion.
Well,
and all of a sudden, I just saw the sun, and I just pushed for it, and I got out. I was like, I may never do this again. And then I saw a sweet set coming in, and
you went right back
out.
Yeah. The closest.
Yeah, but it happens.
The closest near-death experience I ever had was in Wilson Creek, North Carolina, on a whitewater rafting trip, and I got cut. I got in the undercut, and I'm stuck in the undercut, and I'm trying to get out, and it's banging my head against the rock and the helmet and everything, and they're throwing me a rope, and I can't grab the rope. Oh, I really thought I was going to expire right there. I had that thought. So is this how it's going to? Well, at least I was having fun. You know, everybody tells the story of you want to be doing something fun when you go, and I'm sitting there to myself, well, I was having a good time. You know.
Well, I remember. It's funny you say that. I remember. I'm like, I wonder how they're going to get my body out.
Yeah.
You know, you think, and I think a lot of that. You think about posts. I don't know if I think about that all the time, but surfing. I love surfing.
I will
and
tell
then you just grow away from it.
Well, because you get old. It's because you get old.
Well, if I had stayed in St. Augustine, I would have probably surfed, 2 to 3 times.
If I stepped on a surfboard now, it would sink.
And I would have sucked at golf.
If I step on a surfboard now, it would sink.
And I will be very clear about this. You cannot surf and play golf.
That's kind of like baseball and golf. You can't do both of those.
Unless you don't have a job.
Right, yes.
Right, because you just don't have time for both. Because both take anywhere between 4 and 6 hours. You're investing a lot in the equipment. And it's something you do with your buddies.
So we were talking about...
After you surf, you don't go straight home.
No. Just like golf. So we're talking about East Coast or West Coast, and I'll tell you this story. This is how adamant one person was about East Coast, West Coast. So, I got married last July in Panama City. We were doing a trip over there. All my friends were coming in from Georgia, from all over the state of Florida, from Texas, some friends, lifetime friends.
I get it. You are very friendly.
So
get it.
We're there, and we're milling around in the resort room, in the condo we got at the resort, and everybody's in there because they think we're about to do the birthday cake and party for my 55th birthday. Instead, we're about to surprise them whether we're getting married. Nobody knew at the time we were going to get married except us.
Right.
So we got them all in the room, and somebody said, "Man, the water sure does look nice tonight." And one of the guys that were there goes, "Yeah, but it's no East Coast of Florida." And this girl stands up and goes, "Shut up. The West Coast is where it's at." And he goes, "Well, I kind of prefer the East Coast." She goes, "I'll kick your," and now I can't say the word she said. She's ready to square off and fight this grown man because he told her, "Okay, well, you like the West Coast, but the East Coast is where I think it's at." She wanted to fight, brother. She was ready to WWE right there in front of about 35 people.
Yeah, it's kind of like the rappers in the 80s, West Coast versus East Coast.
Yeah.
I'm like beaches.
Like relax, Ronda Rousey. We were just talking about beaches. Calm down.
By the way, I think it's the location. No, I love the whole. I don't love the whole West Coast, right? But I love the entire East Coast of Florida. But there are spots in the West Coast like, okay,
you
we're
can't
gonna
like
go
South
here.
Beach.
I love. Are you kidding me?
Oh.
Come on, you love South Beach.
South Beach is like the Helen, Georgia of the world, or the Pigeon Forge of Florida. It's terrible.
Come on, the people watching there is next level. And then the food is good.
By the way, first thing you see in South Beach is some dude walking around oiled up in a banana hammock. Who the hell wants to see that?
I do have I have a philosophy on almost everything. I do believe that if you go south of Fort Lauderdale, whatever ranking you are, whatever looks ranking on the scale of 1 to 10 you are in anywhere else in the world, once you get to Fort Lauderdale after 8 o'clock, you drop 2 points.
No. Four.
Like a 2.5
Four at the minimum. Four at the minimum.
Beach. I'm a solid 2.5.
I'm like a negative number in South Beach.
I mean, in South Beach at night. Come on, man. That's
the club
fun.
scene is nice. The beach itself is terrible.
Okay, that's what I mean. Right? There's no waves. I mean, it's kind of like the West Coast in that regard.
Well, that's like the first time I went to Key West. Everybody talked to, and it's because they talked it up so much. I got down on Duval Street, and I was like, okay. It's a quaint little tchotchke-filled tourist trap at mile marker 0. Well, okay.
No. I my philosophy on Key West is very simple. The idea of Key West is better than being in Key West. Because where you really want to go is you want to go to Duck Key or Marathon
or Isla Morada.
Isla Morada, all somewhere in the middle.
Right.
Right. To get to Key West is another 3 hours
of
pain.
That's the other thing. People that drive to Key West, are you just stupid? Go park your car at Fort Myers Beach. Get on the jet catamaran that takes you and dumps you out at the Hilton on Duval Street and drink for 2 hours while you're on the open ocean going to Key West.
I've heard that's like the best way to go.
It is the only way to go.
That. I've heard that many times.
You take it over, and then it doesn't tell you when you have to come back. It just tells you what time of the day the comeback ship leaves, because you buy a round-trip ticket. I think now it's like $139, and it's a round-trip ticket, but there's no date on when you have to come back. And it takes you.
I'm going to have to look into that.
But you have to pay parking the whole time your car's parked in their place. You know what I mean?
Come on. I mean, you do that no matter
But I mean,
what.
you drive from Ocala to Fort Myers, 3.5, 4 hours. You park, you get on this boat that holds 200, 250 people. They get out 3 miles out into the ocean. Guess what? International waters, booze, ready to go. And then you're already oiled up and ready for Duval Street when you get off the boat. How's it?
I wonder if my wife could deal with that.
Takes you like an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours at the most.
Awesome.
Yeah, if you get seasick, it could be a problem.
All right.
There are people that don't make it. They make it, but it's not an enjoyable ride. It's not an enjoyable ride. But that's and I fell into that when I lived down in Fort Myers in 2005 with my now ex-wife. When I lived down there, she was working for GE down there, and we lived in the weekends in Hawthorne, and we'd drive down and live down there during the week. And one weekend I was like, I found out that we could go to Key. She was like, I'm not driving to Key West. I was like, no, that's the beauty of it. We're only 2 hours from Key West. She was like, shut up. I showed her. We started going to Key West once a month.
That's nothing wrong with that.
Key West. The problem with Key West is how expensive it is. Key West is ridiculous.
Well, that's exactly
ridiculous.
Right. I will tell you, Airbnb it's changed the travel thing. Right, all of the VRBO or
right.
It's completely changed. Like we're going. We got 2 nights at $95 a night, and it's literally on the ocean.
Yeah, but it's Daytona.
So
they're probably charging you $70 too much.
No.
Oh, Crescent Beach. Now you're really paying too much.
No, other direction.
Oh, going south. So you're in New Smyrna or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. So
I
hope you don't get robbed.
Call
Chitwood if you get robbed. Call Mike Chitwood.
I haven't been to New Smyrna since I used to surf down there. So, I love dive beach towns though.
Oh. Like Flagler Beach. I love Flagler Beach. Love it.
Yeah. Again, we want to go.
But I don't like the ocean at Flagler Beach. I like all the little hole-in-the-wall dive bars at Flagler Beach. That's what I like.
But to me, that's what we're trying to do this weekend. Savannah's kind of the same way, right?
Savannah's really the same.
Great restaurant.
You know it's terrible in
Great
Savannah?
restaurant, awesome.
Tybee Island. Horrible.
The beach.
Horrible.
Correct.
Horrible.
I mean, it's horrible. No, there are much more. There are places you'd rather not go. But I like it. I think the lighthouse is beautiful. I think the fort's kind of cool.
Hilton Head is much
and
better.
the ocean's nice.
Hilton Head's much better.
Nobody goes. You don't go to Hilton Head for the beach. You go there to play the 962 golf course.
Okay, first off, Hilton Head isn't the place in South Carolina with the most golf courses.
No, it's not. It's probably in the top 5, but nobody goes to Hilton Head.
The most golf courses in the state of South Carolina are in Myrtle Beach.
Sure. But you don't go. But you go to Myrtle Beach, go to the beach, not to play golf.
No, I've been to Myrtle Beach to go to the beach and Myrtle Beach to play golf because they have that one golf course. They have the one golf course that's 18 replica holes. It's
but you're
18 solid replica. Well, I'm better than you. Let's just be honest about that.
Well, there you go. I don't play golf anymore, so.
Okay,
I don't play golf. Maybe I should start surfing.
What you do is not really called golf anyway. You're not bad like Dan, but you're not good.
I'm pretty sure.
You're not good.
When's the last time you broke it?
Broke 80? 4 weeks before my back surgery a year ago.
All right, well, I started 78 and then quit. It's not my fault.
Yeah.
I just, game is no longer a challenge.
Yeah, that's the problem with coming back from this surgery and all, is I haven't played enough golf to change my GIN, so I'm still like at a 10 handicap. But I can't break 90 right now because I just, and here's the other problem. I've lost 40 yards.
Oh, I could probably spank you right now.
Oh, yeah, you could beat me right now.
I would have to play golf in a long time.
I would have to press to beat Dan right now.
See, there you go. So you probably shouldn't talk trash.
Oh, I'm still going to talk trash. Are you kidding me?
Because one day I may text you and go, all right, let's go. Muni, give us a Teton. $100 heads up.
All right. Well, whenever you want to lose money, let me know. I never will. Look, I have a friend of mine that's like a 6 handicap, right? He's the one he's the one that almost lost his life over the East Coast West Coast thing at my wedding, right? And by the way, he texted earlier and goes, I'd go in for that $49.95 deal, 4 months for the championship ring replicas for the Cowboys or the Hurricanes, but I guess that's never going to happen the rest of my life.
Well, by the way, I also believe you can tell a lot about people by the teams they root for. The Cowboys and the Hurricanes.
Right, yeah.
He's made some questionable
decisions, yes. But he's a better golfer than I am. He didn't used to be, but now because he's plays a lot of golf and he's around the game of golf a lot, he's better at the game than I am. But when we line up to play for money, in 20 times we played against each other for money, I think he's like 2-18. Because he's easy to get in his head. You would be easy to get inside that noggin of yours. It'd be easy.
You don't know my weak spot.
Easy.
No, I first of all, I don't ever bet money that I'm afraid to lose. I learned.
Well, you can't bet scared money. You'll never win if you bet scared.
That's right. That's my point. So if we bet whatever we bet, I'll be like, I don't care. To me, it's already gone.
Right.
I'm just here to take it from you.
That's like.
And so therefore, I don't play. I don't feel that.
People go, how do you play poker the way you play poker with it, like no care or anything? I go, because when I give my $300 buy-in, that $300 is gone. I'm not getting it back, so I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm playing to collect your chips. I know there's no cash value here. It's a tournament. My $300, I'm not getting that $300 back 90% of the time. So what's it matter?
The only time you feel that pressure in a poker tournament is when they announce how many players are left before you break even.
Right before the bubble.
That's the only part of a tournament where everybody tightens up.
It's the only play.
Or everybody. There's 2 rules: you tighten up or you just go all in.
Galen.
Yeah.
We're at the 9 o'clock hour, so I have to go to the news, but I'll be right back to you for 5 seconds to find out where the Bloodmobile is after the news. We'll be right back.
Mothers across the country continue to struggle to find baby formula to feed their infant. Republicans are angry that the feds are sending baby formula to the Texas border to feed illegal immigrants. Florida Republican Congresswoman Kat Kamek posting a picture on her Facebook page showing pallets of baby formula at a processing center in the border town of McAllen. The White House is throwing some shade at Russian President Vladimir Putin for threatening retaliations if Finland joins NATO.
I would just like to quote the president of Finland and what he said, which I don't think I could state it better in response to this question, which is, as it relates to Russia, you caused this, look at the mirror.
Press Secretary Jen Psaki saying Putin caused the ongoing turmoil in Eastern Europe by invading Ukraine. And you're listening to USA Radio News.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Phone lines with Galen. Galen, real quick, where's the Bloodmobile today?
Hey, today we're at the Publix at 40 Shopping Center. We're also all over the place. So Wise Guys Pizza tomorrow. Get out there, give the gift of life, donate blood. Right on the boulevard, 1607, Silver Springs Boulevard.
Galen, enjoy your beach weekend and your 25th anniversary. Congratulations to you. Tell your wife she probably needs counseling.
I will. I appreciate it, Tom. Have a great one.
Yep.
All
See
right,
you. Talk to you next week. That was Galen, from Life South. We'll be right back. You're listening to Ocala Talks.
News from the Southeast AgNet. The U.S. Department of Agriculture's National Agriculture.
It's time for Farm and Ranch headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. In the peanut world, it's peanut planting time. Farmers are trying to get enough moisture in the right fields to plant those peanuts. There's still some cotton that has to be decided. But on the peanut market, it remains very quiet from both sides of the buyers and the seller side in the world. There's availability for a current crop in the mid-50s to 55 cents a pound, but no sellers for the new crop. The shellers cannot contract peanuts from the farmers for new crops, so they don't want to sign up to the manufacturers not knowing the price. Many farmers did not sign any contract, are planting in the dark, they say. Farmers will plant without further contracting and thus will be very right or wrong depending on the acres planted, depending on the yield, and also depending on the weather. We don't see much downside on that because production costs are higher this year, but any dry weather and some other changes may cause the prices to go higher. But those farmers that did not contract, they're going to be waiting and hoping things will get a little bit better when they compare the different prices offered by shellers in their community.
You're going to need me. You're going to need us.
All of us.
You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring.
Support us at 4h.org.
Provosol fungicide is to plant fields with vowels are to the English language. With it, disease control sind compult.
It couldn't be any clearer. Provosol fungicide is to peanut fields what vowels are to the English language. Without it, disease control isn't complete. Provosol fungicide from BASF is the missing piece you need to finish off disease. Always read and follow label directions.
I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
We've been hearing about.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard.
April showers bring May flowers and unbeatable lawn and garden prices at Rural King. Like this bad boy 54-inch zero-turn mower for just under $4,000 cash. Or this DeWalt 25-foot extension cord, just $24.98. Or assorted mulch, starting at $1.99 a bag. Shop now at RuralKing.com or your neighborhood Rural King, America's farm and home store.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Scattered showers and thunderstorms expected today with high temps in the low to mid 80s, and then we'll drop into the low to mid 60s overnight as we're expecting clear skies. Saturday and Sunday for the weekend, plenty of sunshine, just a few clouds passing at times with high temps in the upper 80s to mid 90s, and then on Monday it'll be mostly sunny again, highs in the low to mid 90s. Tuesday keeps another sunny day, increasing cloud cover by the afternoon. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jeff Nordine.
Here's the latest from the College of Central Florida. On Wednesday, May 18th at 10:35 a.m., Dr. Alan Daniff and Dr. Rob Wolf from CF will tell us how members of the community can share their experience by becoming an adjunct instructor at CF. So tune in to hear how rewarding it can be to share your knowledge in the classroom. That's Wednesday, May 18th at 10:35 on Higher Education Happenings on Ocala Talks on WOCA, The Source. This hour of Ocala Talks is brought to you in part by Blockers Furniture. Go see all their specials at blockersfurniture.com.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Friday, phone lines are open, 352-622-9622. Any stories that, we're going to throw it open, and any stories that you wanted to comment on from the week, we're taking your calls now, 622-9622, 352-622-9622 is the number to call. We will take your calls. It is back open. So Elon Musk has put the Twitter purchase on hold. His $43 billion bid to buy the company. And he says because it may be the calculations that show spam and fake accounts may be more than 5% of the users on Twitter. And if so, that means there's actually less live people. And so the value of the company would be less. And so he's if soft or fake accounts make up more than 5% of Twitter, then there's a risk I'm overpaying, is what he said. So he says he wants to find out for sure just how many fake accounts there are on Twitter. And that's the problem with social media, is the fake accounts and the bots and people that, make an account that just, in a library somewhere so they can then troll people and say things to them and, be the keyboard warrior that they are. And that is to me, that's the biggest problem with social media. Somebody goes, what about the misinformation? I think you got to sort through that yourself. Misinformation is everywhere. It's not just on social media. Hell, misinformation plays every night on the national news, okay? So misinformation comes from the podium at the White House all the time. So misinformation is not just social media. But fake accounts and trolling accounts and those kind of things, so people can bully people and they can, say snarky things or try to scam people out of money and stuff. That's the biggest problem with social media. I mean, it's since working with my wife at the shipping company and the people that, come in and ship and stuff, and to hear their horror stories about, well, I finally found somebody to buy this off Facebook that was a real person, or I finally found somebody on eBay that's a real person, because of all the scams that people try to pull and trying to get you to. That's why if I'm going to sell something online, I'm only selling it locally. I'm not messing with selling something to somebody, 8 states away or something. I'm glad you do, because we will ship your stuff for you, just shipped. But it's just social media, and especially these social media platforms that offer selling points like Marketplace and everything. It's just rampant the way scam artists try, and it's just hilarious. I'll give you a prime example. One of my friends the other day came in to send something and then realized that they were when the guy couldn't get him the money like they said. Who doesn't have Venmo these days, or at least PayPal or something like that? This guy didn't have any of that, and then he said he overpaid, and so he was blocked out, so he couldn't do anything until the person refunded the money back to him, $400 and everything. So there was never any money sent or anything. He was just trying to scam somebody out of $400 under the guise that he had paid too much in an app and, But the app, when they tried to access the app, there was no money in the app and everything. So it's crazy how scam artists try to use social media to get money out of you. And Elon Musk says if they're spam or fake accounts and they make up more than 5% of the people on Twitter, that will take down the actual people that advertisers will get to get their stuff in front of, and it'll take the value of the company down. So he's put the purchase of Twitter on hold. Now, what's that mean? It means Elon Musk ain't going to spend $43 billion, is what it sounds like it means. What about free speech? What about you still got to use common sense, and if it's undervalued, if you're going to pay an overvalued price, that's just stupid. That'd be like the U.S. housing market. It's crazy how the U.S. housing market is so overpriced right now. But $43 billion may be too much money for Twitter because Twitter's calculations. Because Twitter says they have somewhere around 5%. But now it looks like there may be more than that. And so, because Twitter reports that they have 229 million users. Well, just think, if 5% of that goes away, that's 1.5 million people. No, it's more than that. Because 10% of 229 would be 29 million. So it's 14 million people. Yeah, 14 million people. That's 14 million less people to see advertisers' products and everything. That means the company's not worth as much. And so Elon Musk is looking into that to see what it goes. And what's going to happen next, who knows? Who knows? But it's already a dumpster fire at Twitter. The shares, when Elon Musk announced he put it on hold, the shares tanked again. So if you own Twitter stock, I feel bad for you. If you own oil stock right now, you're doing pretty good. The gas tank, your gas pump ain't doing real good, but if you speculate in oil, you're doing pretty good right now. Man, it's gas, the national average is $4.43. Florida's 4 cents over the national average at $4.47. And there was a place yesterday I went to get gas, and I drove to another station because it was $4.40 if you used their quick pay, their company quick pay thing. It was $4.40 there. $4.50 if you use cash or debit, and $4.60 if you use credit card. And I'm like, really? I don't know about all that. Good morning. You're on Ocala Talks.
Hey, I just wanted to report a wreck at 60th Avenue in the Westport intersection.
60th and 38th, huh?
Yep. Another wreck here.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks to our listeners, there's a traffic accident at 60th Airport Road right here just south of us, and 38th. There's a wreck there on 60th. So if you're in this area, try to avoid that area. Try to get an alternate route as there is a traffic accident at the corner of 60th and 38th. If you didn't hear the young lady that just called. Thank you for giving us that update. We appreciate that very much. So we'll see what happens with Twitter. Social media is right now taking a hit, as well it should, because it's been lacking in integrity for a very long time. So maybe if they'll get their stuff straight. I doubt it, but you can always hope. We'll take a break. We'll come back more on the other side. This is Ocala Talks, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA. The Source.
Ugh, what wrong?
Ugh, need wood for fire.
Ugh, I go get. Ugh, I got wood for fire.
Ugh, what takes so long?
Had to use restroom. Someone not refill toilet paper.
Ugh, my bad. You wash hands?
Ugh, of course. Ugh, what caveman you take me for?
You know, Dan, people who save money by switching to Mike's Got Plumbing sure are happy.
Well, Brittany, how happy are they?
Happier than a caveman with indoor plumbing.
Yep. Get happy. Get Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it. 237-2888.
Started in 1975. It's Yendel's Building Materials. Whether you're making repairs, adding a room, or building a house, Yendel's constantly delivers excellent service and top quality materials and many of the tools and hardware you need to get the job done. At Yendel's, they take pride in supplying their customers with new and innovative products. Yendel's experience in truss design, manufacturing, and component materials is second to none. 834 North Magnolia Avenue in Ocala, 732-3000. Stop by to experience the difference.
Don't go through another year with that awful joint pain. Now there's an exciting new treatment using natural biologics, regenerative solutions that can restore and repair damaged tissue in your joints. Hey folks, it's Tom Schmitz, and I'm talking about QC Kinetics, now open here. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in non-surgical regeneration, highly concentrated natural biologics that can give you lasting relief. If you have pain in your knees, back, shoulder, hips, and you're tired of steroids, tired of pain meds, and talk of major surgery, this is the treatment you've been hoping for. Call the medical professionals at QC Kinetics today for a free consultation. Learn about how natural biologics can be used to get you moving again pain-free. Listen, don't let them keep giving you steroids. Don't let them tell you your surgery is your only option. Get a free second opinion at QC Kinetics. Do it now and imagine life in 2022 without pain. Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation. They have offices now in Ocala and the Villages. Call 352-400-4550. That's 352-400-4550.
Hey there, Congresswoman Kat Kamak here, your conservative voice in our nation's capital. I'm so proud to be an advocate for the over 65,000 veterans here in North Central Florida. The new Ocala VA clinic is now open, providing important primary care and specialty services. If you're a veteran in the Ocala area, thank you for your service. Feel free to get in touch with our team by visiting us online at camac.house.gov. I'm Kat Kamak, and it is my honor to serve you.
This ad is paid for by official funds authorized by the U.S. House of Representatives.
Hello, I'm Mark Sears with Regency Printing. With over 10 years in the printing business, I know you'll find Regency Printing the place for all your local printing needs. Plus, I have fax services, mailbox rentals, notary service, U.S. mail, pack and ship, all at one convenient location, 2375 Northeast 25th Avenue. Just look for the yellow signs. Regency Printing, 789-6683. That's 789-6683. Regency Printing.
Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY only $4.99. Plus DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
It's Blockers Furniture Memorial Sale going on the entire month of May. Beautiful two-piece sectional starting as low as $19 per month. Sofas for as little as $10 per month. Kick back in a new recliner for as little as $11 per month. Plus, you can save up to $700 off the Ashley Reeling Queen Bed and Dresser Mirror Set. And save 25% off all outdoor furniture. Mattresses starting at only $3.99. See it, buy it, take it home. It's Blockers Furniture Memorial Sale going on the entire month of May. Blockers Furniture, 2402 Southwest College Road, Ocala.
Attention passengers for Flight 1370. The plane has been delayed at its departure point and will be at least 2 hours late. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Are you serious? It took us over an hour to get here, 2 hours going through security and getting our tickets, and now we have to wait another 2 hours.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, but we're inside this overcrowded airport all day because the plane is stuck in bad weather.
This is the last time we ever do this. When we get back, we're going to Ocala Aviation and getting our pilot's license.
Yeah, we've been talking about that long enough. It's about time we did it. Then we could just fly ourselves and never have to deal with this mess again.
Right. No long lines, no full body groping security, no baggage checks.
Not to mention never losing your luggage. Remind me again why we haven't done that?
Well, we're idiots.
Oh, right.
Attention all passengers for Flight